Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice for radio. So today, well, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming dangerously close to the end of our journey of looking at all of the cards from Dark Order. I know. We still need to do the rubbish Pokemon, the ones that don't get their own video. But for today, we need to have a look at Jasmine, a supporter card, which, to be honest, is a very good supporter card, and I've left it a little bit late, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think it's a rather good supporter card indeed. It has been revealed over on the official Japanese website, and it has been translated by the lovely David Hochmann. And what it says is that you get to search your deck for a metal Pokemon, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And that's actually not too bad. There's reasons to be happy about this. I'll let you know about that in just a moment. But far better than that, if this is your first turn and you're going second, you may search for up to 5 metal Pokemon instead. And this, ladies and gentlemen, oh, this is tasty. To put this into a little bit of context, I looked at Ampharos the other day, Ampharos GX, and I said that Ampharos GX was a nice little card, which, I mean, the first attack let you do 30 damage, but put all of your Electro Power from your discard back into your hand, and Electro Power means that your Lightning Pokemon do an extra 30 to the active this turn, so quite frankly, yes, great card. And the second attack I liked quite a lot, but I told you, look, I don't like the GX attack of Ampharos here. The GX attack of Ampharos searches for 7 Pokemon and puts them into your hand. And I said, as a GX attack, I don't like it. I don't think it's very good. But as a supporter, searching for 5 Pokemon, yes, ladies and gentlemen, all of the yes. I am a fan of this. I am in favour of this. I think this is pretty gosh darn good. If you're playing a metal deck. Clearly here, if you're not playing a metal deck, don't play this. That's not very clever. But if you are playing a metal deck, this is awesome. Now, I know that compared to the if you go second on your first turn, search for 5, the searching for 1 here doesn't seem particularly impressive. But actually, searching for 1 Pokemon is good. Searching for 1 Pokemon is actually a really good thing. I mean, if you look at the kind of Pokemon search we got at the moment, there's Nest Ball, but that only lets you search for a basic Pokemon, and it's got to go straight onto your bench, so you don't get the benefit of coming into play abilities like Tapu Lele's Wand Attack. We've got Netball, which lets you only search for basic grass Pokemon and put them into your hand. We've got Timer Ball, which does let you search for evolution Pokemon, but you've got to flip 2 coins and you only get to find 1 on a heads. We've got Great Ball, which lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck and grab any Pokemon you like from those 7 cards. We've got Ultra Ball, which lets you search for any Pokemon as long as you discard 2 cards from your hand, which a lot of the time you're just plain not going to want to do. I hope you see where I'm going with this. We have a whole bunch of Pokeball cards, a whole bunch of Pokemon Search, but they're not particularly good. Back a little while ago, we had BB Search. BB Search was a great card that saw a huge amount of play, and that let you search for any Pokemon you liked. Just so long as you put a card from your hand and shuffled it into your deck. The closest we've come to universal Pokemon search recently is Master Ball, which, to be fair, was an item card that let you search for any Pokemon you like and put them into your hand. Which sounds amazing, right? And it was, but it was an A-Spec, so you could only have 1 A-Spec in your deck of any description, so it wasn't actually all that amazing. Now, the counter-argument here is we did have Dive Ball, and Dive Ball let you search for any water Pokemon, and it was an item, not a supporter card. And you could talk about having something like Plasma Ball, which let you search for any Team Plasma Pokemon and put them into your hand. So we have had some universal search for more specific cards. But still, this is not quite as bad as it might look, because honestly, compared to a lot of the search options we've got, this is pretty good. But let's go back to the whole on your first turn going second, you get to search for 5 metal Pokemon. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. Let's say you're playing a Metagross deck. Now, we got Metagross GX, which is really good. We got Metagross from Celestial Storm, and that's got the amazing ability that says you can play Steven's Resolve without ending your turn, which makes me super duper happy. But let's say, for argument's sake, you're playing a Metagross deck. You play Jasmine on turn 1, you go and search yourself 4 Beldum and 1 Metagross. Now, hopefully here, you can find 1 rare candy. Because if you can have 1 rare candy, then what you do is you rare candy into Metagross. Then you search for a rare candy and a Metagross, and any other card, and then you've got 2 Metagross, and maybe the other card is a Metang, and then all of a sudden, on your second turn, you've got 2 Metagross, a Beldum, and a Metang, and then you can keep using Steven's Resolve from there. Or maybe you just search for 3 Beldum, and 2 Metagross using Jasmine, and then you use Steven's Resolve the next turn to grab yourself 2 rare candy and a 3rd Metagross, and then as long as you had the rare candy to get the Metagross, you got 3 Metagross turn 2. This can give you dumb consistency. Now, to be fair, it does depend on you having a Jasmine turn 1, it does depend on you having a Steven's Resolve turn 2, and it does depend on you having a rare candy turn 2. I get all of this, but I'm just saying that this enables starts which are just frankly over the top, ridiculous, dumb, and great. And even later on in the game, it still lets you search for a metal Pokemon. Now, the counter argument here is, well, hang on a second, Wassy. If I'm using Metagross from Celestial Storm, I can use Steven's Resolve, which gets me any free cards I like, which is a darn sight better than getting 1 metal Pokemon. That's true. But that's only if you've got Metagross in the active. You might want Metagross GX in the active. You might want something else in the active. We do run into this same issue here of it's only good on your first turn going second. Or at least it's significantly better. So on the one hand, you're like, maybe I'll just play 1 of these so I can try and use it on my first turn going second, but then you really need to play 4 of these so you're more likely to have it on your first turn going second, and that's a little bit of a conundrum. It's like Wait and See Hammer that we looked at the other day. Wait and See Hammer is Sneasel's attack, but as an item card. You get to discard an energy from your opponent's side of the field just so long as it's your first turn going second. Like a Crushing Hammer, for which you do not need to hit a heads. And it's great, but we run into this thing of, well, on the one hand, I want to play 4 of these to try and get it turn 1, but on the other hand, it's wasted after that. And that's where I think we come down with Jasmine. If you're playing a metal deck, yes. And it's good Pokemon search. But it's way, 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 way better on your first turn going second. And you might not have it. Or you might go first. And then once you get your Metagross out, you might end up just playing Steven's Resolve every turn. Or you might search out all of your Beldum and Metagross, but then not be able to draw into a rare candy. You see where I'm going with this? It's good and it's useful and I like it. But at the end of the day, for a while now, Metagross decks have just been using Alolan Vulpix to use Beacon and search out Pokemon. Maybe we can still just do that. Now, the good news is, N has rotated, and some people are playing Judge, and some people are playing Marshadow, but it's much less likely nowadays that your opponent is going to be able to disrupt your hand after you use this, so that is actually quite nice. That is a bonus. That is an advantage. I think this is a card with potential. I think it's decent in metal decks, but I'm not seeing at the moment any desperate need to have to play it right this second. I like it. I think there's a lot of potential, but I don't think it is an essential card just yet. Although I do think it's one we need to bear in mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's over to you. Are you playing metal decks? Are you intending to play metal decks? Are you going to play Jasmine in those metal decks? And all kinds of related questions. Go nuts, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. But please do remember the rule. This is very important. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.